Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. There's a very popular analyst out there who says that there are going to be loads of new crypto millionaires over the next 12 months specifically. And so it's worth asking, how many will be XRP millionaires? Well, I don't know, and I don't make price predictions. And seriously, to be clear, and I do want to say this at the outset too, I don't have a financial background. I'm not offering financial advice of any kind, and so you absolutely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I just like talking about this topic because it's a fun, interesting topic. I enjoy it as much as you do, and it's fun to make YouTube videos, so smashing together some interest here. But I've got a few stories that, to me, it really paints a pretty gosh darn good picture of the potential of the future for the crypto asset class, and certainly XRP as well, because it's certainly clear to me that XRP is simply following the price action of Bitcoin in a broad sense, not down to the second, the minute, the day, the week, the month, the quarter, whatever, but it's undeniably following. And so we have this headline: newly launched crypto asset erupts 13,800% from initial offering in just one day. To be honest with you, really one of the primary reasons I wanted to cover this is because the Spark token is going to be dispersed sooner than later. We've got the snapshot date coming up in about a month and a half here, and it has a price of 0, and I'm so curious as to what's going to happen when one day, inevitably, it's listed on a cryptocurrency exchange and ultimately multiple cryptocurrency exchanges. Because when you're talking about a crypto asset that is supremely illiquid, there's no money in it to begin with, the percentage gains can be outrageous, as I'm going to illustrate here. Then we also have this article from the Daily Hodl: Bitcoin will suck in every asset narrative, spit it out, and surpass $1 million, says macro guru Raoul Pal. And then there's this article from Cointelegraph titled $1 trillion is a conservative market cap for Bitcoin, said investment CIO. Before we go any further, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. And also, I recommend that you treat yourself, girl, by subscribing to the Moon Lambo channel, because why the hell not? You ain't got nothing better to do with your... You tell you what, you don't have anything better to do with your time, because there is no better way for a human to spend their time than to listen to the dulcet tones coming from Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Buckle up and we'll get right to it. So here's a tweet from Lark Davis, and he's got quite the following here, 64,900 followers. And here's what he tweeted out: the next 12 months in crypto will make loads of new millionaires. Make sure your bags are packed. Well, I don't know about you all, but I feel like my bags are certainly sufficiently packed. And I don't pretend to know the timeline or the specifics of anything, but I do feel extremely confident for a ton of reasons, including historically what has happened in crypto and market cycles, that this ain't done. There's still almost no money in crypto relative to any other freaking asset class on the planet, which is why you have such volatility. It makes all the sense in the world. I mean, hell, the volatility in and of itself should tell you something, right? And so whatever the timeline ends up being, it would be cool if it's in the next 12 months. I think a ton of people are going to amass serious wealth as a result of crypto. I think that even more people are going to FOMO and panic sell, which is not going to be great for them. But humans, you got to. There's such a thing as just personal responsibility, and make your own decisions, and then just, it is what it is, as they say. And I think that most people are not going to make and this is historically true. Right? Well, think about this. It's not just true in crypto. Think about the volatility even within the stock market when it occurs. It's a bunch of emotional humans responding to what other people are doing. Like, we know humans act like this, and we know that that story doesn't end well when that happens, whether you're FOMOing in or panic selling in the stock market or crypto. And so that's why I just acknowledge that that is a fact, and that's the way humans behave. I know I can't change it, and I'm just going to take advantage of the fact that they're going to do that, and by me not doing that. I'm just going to sit here and hold. To me, sitting there and holding is the premium strategy. That's my humble opinion here. But take a look here. Newly launched crypto asset erupts 13,800% from initial offerings in just one day. You gotta wonder, is just with Spark token, How many millionaires are going to be created just because of the Spark token, which is going to be given free to XRP holders? Maybe it's zero, maybe it's a lot. I don't pretend to know, but I am definitely going to be claiming my free Spark tokens, that's for sure. But check this out, because with this coming up sooner than later, this is the type of craziness that happens in the world of crypto. It doesn't mean it's going to happen to the Spark token, but what if it does? We'll just have to let time pass to find out, but check this out. A new decentralized finance, or DeFi for short, asset, which touts itself as a tokenized risk protocol, is getting the attention of crypto traders after erupting 140x from its initial offering price in a span of 24 hours. The newly launched crypto project Barnbridge, which is a name that's almost as ridiculous as Moon Lambo, but not quite there, is turning heads as its governance token, Bond, has shot from its seed round value of $1.33 to as high as $185 on launch day, representing an increase of more than 13,800%. And so don't worry about the dollar figures on this. Look at the percentage, because even if there's a much smaller market cap, there are fewer coins out there for this one, which it happens to be the case. Because look, with Spark, I get it. There's 45 billion of them, max supply, right? Some will probably get burnt, but that's a whole different thing. But think about it. Don't worry about the dollar figure. Think about the percentage gain potential when you're starting at the amount of dollars being in the space for this particular asset at zero. It's not going to take much. Once somebody puts a buck in, the first sale happens. Now it's got a market price. From there, what will be the next exponential gain? I just think, again, with no money being in it, could be ridiculous here. And that's on top of our XRP holdings, mind you. Like, we're just getting free coins. I'm glad that I've been stocking up on XRP. That's an extra reason. It's not the primary reason that I did, but recently I stocked up on a whole bunch more XRP. I feel like my bags are packed, and I'm going to have way more Spark tokens than I otherwise would have. And we'll just have to see with that. I don't know if Spark's going to have staying power or not. I hope it does. Even if not, who knows? Maybe we can make a quick buck in the short term. I don't know. All I know is I want to find out. Right? That's where I'm coming from on this. As far as the crypto asset class as a whole, though, my gosh, you're talking about us being around I think we're less than $400 billion in terms of market cap, by far the smallest asset class on the world. I think you're going to have in the future individual cryptocurrencies with trillion and multi-trillion dollar market caps. I firmly believe that's in the realm of reality. Firmly. Especially if you look at even just gold, which has a market cap. I don't know what the price is today. I didn't check, to be honest, but whether it's 9 or 10 trillion, whatever, it's easy to understand. Not much money has to flow in to make this happen, right? So here's a headline from the Daily Hodl. Bitcoin will suck in every asset narrative, spit it out, and surpass $1 million, says macro guru Raoul Pal. Raoul Pal, co-founder and CEO of Real Vision Group, says Bitcoin is a supermassive black hole that is eating gold, the Nasdaq, banks, bonds, and commodities. The global macro strategist notes that he also thinks Bitcoin will outperform the G4 central bank balance sheet, silver, and marquee stocks like Apple and Amazon. Well, yeah, as far as the stocks, my gosh, they're all pretty much at all-time highs, more or less. If you talk about the FANG stocks, yeah. What's more attractive? You just answer it for yourself. FANG stocks at relative highs, are pretty close to all-time highs, if not literally there, or a cryptocurrency asset class which has almost no money in it, but from my perspective at least, is going to have permanent staying power as long as the internet continues to exist. You answer for yourself. I know what I think. It's probably pretty clear, right? But anyway, says Powell on Twitter, quote, Bitcoin's performance is so dominant and so all-encompassing that it is going to suck in every single asset narrative dry and spit it out. Never before in my career have I seen a trade so dominant that holding any other asset makes almost no sense. The macro flows, technology, demography, and societal strains have all converged to this moment in time. And the definite answer for markets is Bitcoin. And I can't deny what the market's saying. I don't think any of us can. That right now, we'll see if it truly has staying power. Very well may. I hope it does, frankly. The market says yes to Bitcoin right now. For all of its faults, this and that, and how energy intensive it is, how slow, transaction fees, all that, the market says we want this right now. And it has for a freaking decade. It's the leader and there isn't even a close second. You got Ethereum, it's not even a close second. And so it's okay to acknowledge this. It doesn't mean that it's going to stay like that forever necessarily, and if it does, I'm actually okay with that, as long as there's a space for other cryptocurrencies that solve additional real-world problems, like XRP as a bridge currency. That's fine. I mean, I own some Bitcoin. I'd rather it do well, so we shall see here. But there came a point for me, certainly, where, and I don't know if I've ever worded it like this on the channel, but there came a point to me some time ago where, to me, it seemed, because you know how people are scared about just investing in crypto in general, especially when they're just learning, oh my God, the risk, could it go to zero, this or that? And fair enough, it's high risk, and if we're wrong, we lose all of our money. Totally acknowledge it. But I reached a point after a sufficient amount of research where it genuinely felt, based on my actual knowledge of the space and XRP specifically, it felt to me very genuinely that not having XRP was more risky than having XRP, and I very genuinely mean that. I recognize, to me, it looks like the writing's on the wall, and fine, maybe I'm wrong, but I really don't think so. I think I'm right about XRP, and I think it's going to be worth substantially more than it is today. Again, it's not financial advice; it's just my unprofessional opinion, but I firmly believe that. And right now, it is just following Bitcoin anyway, so take that for what it's worth. But it is something to be said here. Now, take a look at this also. $1 trillion is a conservative market cap for Bitcoin, said investment CIO, and it's the same individual in question here as well. Or no, I'm sorry, no, it's not. I'm mistaken here. This was Paul Tudor Jones. I take it back. Bitcoin has recently seen ample interest from a number of mainstream companies and persons, such as billionaire hedge funder Paul Tudor Jones, and this could be the beginning of a new wave of Bitcoin buyers, according to Brian Estes, chief investment officer and managing partner at Off the Chain Capital, an investment firm focused on blockchain and digital assets. And here's a quote: "I think eventually all corporate treasuries will have a small amount of their reserves in Bitcoin," Estes told Cointelegraph in an interview. That part rings true to me, because already businesses are functioning along that line. It's just not in the world of crypto. But lately you have seen it with MicroStrategy and Square, and there was also, I can't remember, there's a UK firm that also, a publicly traded firm, is the first firm in the UK to announce that they had actually purchased Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset. So this is a trend that I think is just going to pick up, and we'll see more in the coming years. And you can imagine what's going to happen as money flows into this, and it will bring attention to other cryptocurrencies inevitably, invariably, as it has happened in the past. That's the reason I'm here. I mean, without Bitcoin, there would be no other cryptocurrencies, fine. But that was leading the market in 2017. And so I jumped in. There's an article actually happened to be about Ethereum. But as a result of the hubbub going around in terms of price action just with crypto in general, which Bitcoin was leading, I then, upon doing my own research, came across XRP. And so I think that you're going to see all sorts of new institutional money, retail money, and money from publicly traded and privately traded, not privately traded, but private companies as well. I certainly suspect that's going to come. And so when you're talking about this market cap, the market cap's tiny. I firmly believe you're going to have a multi-trillion-dollar market cap for this asset class here. Now, a growing number of companies are looking into Bitcoin as part of their treasury fund equation, some of which I cited right there. And so I think there might have been another spot I wanted to cover. I mostly just wanted to share opinion and just kind of the gist of the article rather than reading the whole damn thing. Yeah, down here. Okay, this is kind of cool. Yeah, that's okay. The multiplier effect relates to the availability of funds on order books across crypto exchanges, according to Fundstrat senior research analyst and director David Greider. Reason you get this effect is, as in all markets, it's the marginal liquidity at the edges that sets the price and the value for the entire asset base, Greider told Cointelegraph. Does that sound familiar at all? Did I say things like that? On the low end of the spectrum, multiplying the $40 billion estimate by 20 would boost Bitcoin's market cap by $800 billion, Estes speculated. This would push Bitcoin's market cap past $1 trillion, up from its current $222 billion evaluation. If 1% of treasury reserves from public companies go into Bitcoin, Bitcoin is a $1 trillion market cap on the conservative side, and it could be a $5 trillion market cap if we use the 100 number, Estes explained. That doesn't count central banks and other institutions that may be coming in later on. And so again, for us, even just as XRP holders, we should want this to happen because it will bring more attention to the space, and there will not be one coin to rule them all. I believe firmly utility matters, and XRP is actually being used in the real world today. So there you go. I think that this is going to be huge. Now, if Lark's right about the timeline over the next 12 months, my gosh. And it'll be interesting to see because I do think XRP is going to lag behind Bitcoin in terms of parabolic price movement. That's my for fun guess. Historically, that's what it's done. But I'm fine with that. If that happens, I just expect a bunch of people are going to be bitching, oh my God, my money in XRP and Bitcoin's going up and the opportunity cost, I could have made so much. And I'm just going to be like, shut your mouth. That's what I'm going to say. That's going to be it. Shut your mouth. Because it doesn't make any logical sense. You can't time markets. And holy hell, what about diversification? And just like if you just look historically what happens, you shouldn't be caught off guard by that, which I think inevitably it's going to happen. I could be wrong, but damn, I think that's what it's going to look like. I think people are going to be bitching up a storm, and people are going to be selling right before the next parabolic XRP price movement. That's my guess. We'll see. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to participate. I'm just going to hold. And if I'm wrong, I'll ride this bitch to zero, but I don't think I am. That's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.